The Witch Hunter. Number Part 1, The Year the Cold Came. I am a witch hunter. Let me write that down before I forget it myself, before the dreams at night make me think I was ever anything else. My name is not important. In the village they call me Goodman Croft, though I am not yet 30. They call me that because I do what needs doing, and I do not flinch from it. I have put 3 women to the question. I have watched 2 burn. I have never let my feelings influence my actions. This is what I tell myself when I cannot sleep. The trouble began last spring, though the seeds of it were planted long before, in the winter of our childhood. But a man does not see the seeds until the crop comes ripe. A witch hunter learns to look backward as well as forward, to trace the devil's work to its root. My brother Samuel caught a cold. That was all it was at first, a sniffle, a cough, a complaint of chill by the hearth. My sister Abigail and I had the same cold a fortnight prior and shook it off in 3 days. But Samuel did not shake it. He burned with fever. His skin took on a waxy pallor. The doctor came, a man from Ipswich, who bled him and purged him and left him weaker than before. Samuel died on a Tuesday, just as the evening bell was ringing. I held his hand. It was hot, then cold, then nothing at all. My mother weeps still. She will weep until she joins him, I think. The sound of it is like a wound that will not close. Then the animals began to die. First the Wilkins milk cow, found stiff in the pasture with no mark upon her. Then Widow Hales's chickens, a dozen of them, dead in their coop as if the life had been sucked from them while they slept. Then my father's plough horse, Bess, a beast I had raised from a foal. She dropped in the field mid-stride and never took another breath. Too many, the elders said. Too many by far. This is not natural. This is the work of a witch. I knew my duty. I had always known it. I am a man who does his duty. I began to watch. Number Part 2, The Limping Girl. The one they called Lena I had known all my life. She was my age, or near enough, but we had never been friends. The other children kept away from her, and I had kept with the other children. It was the way of things. She walked strange. Everyone knew it. Her gait was uneven, a lurch and a drag, as if one leg were always trying to catch up with the other. Sometimes her arms would jerk without warning, sending whatever she was holding flying. The old women said she was touched by God, or by the devil, they could never quite decide which. Her mother said she was simply born that way. Lena kept to the edges. She gathered herbs in the forest, roots and leaves that her mother used for poultices and teas. She spoke little. When she did speak, her words came out in a rush, as if her mouth could not keep pace with her mind. The boys ignored her. The girls whispered behind their hands. I ignored her too. I had other matters to attend to. But I watched her. I watched everyone. The beautiful one was Rachel. The boys were all in love with her. Joshua Wilkins, Thomas Hale, my own brother Samuel before he died. They brought her ribbons and flowers and stood outside her father's cottage making fools of themselves. She smiled at them, kindly enough, but she never gave any of them a second look. I knew why, though I told no one. I had seen things. A glance held too long. A hand that lingered. I had seen Rachel and Lena disappear into the forest together, time and again, and come back with flushed cheeks and tangled hair, claiming they had been gathering herbs. I did not judge. A witch hunter does not judge such things. A witch hunter only watches and waits and remembers. Number Part 3, What Joshua Saw. It was Joshua Wilkins who brought the accusation. He came running into the village common one afternoon, his face red as a boiled beet, his breath coming in great heaving gasps. He had been running hard, and hard-running men do not look to the devil, but I noted it all the same. Rachel, he shouted. She's the witch. I saw her. I saw what she did. I gathered the other men, Thomas Hale, John Miller, young Peter Graves, and we took up our sticks and our ropes and followed Joshua into the forest. He led us along the path that Rachel and Lena had walked 100 times, past the old oak where the children dared not play, down into the hollow where the ferns grew thick and the sunlight fell in scattered coins. I was walking with her, Joshua said, his voice still high with fear. I thought perhaps she might finally, but she pushed me away. She pushed me, and then the sun stopped shining. Right there, over that rise, the sun went out like a candle, and a great boar came charging at me out of the darkness. I ran. I ran for my life. We found her near the stream. She was alone, gathering watercress in a basket, her dark hair falling over her face. When she saw us, she did not run. She stood very still, watching us with those eyes that had made fools of so many boys. There! Joshua shouted. Seize her! She ran then. She was fast, faster than I would have thought, darting between the trees like a deer. We chased her past a fallen log, its roots reaching up like grasping hands. And as we rounded it, a wolf burst from the undergrowth, great grey thing, yellow-eyed, its lips pulled back from its teeth. The other men faltered. They drew back, their sticks wavering. But I had seen such tricks before. A witch cannot truly change her form, but she can make you think she has. She can put a picture in your mind, a terror in your heart, and if you are weak, you will see what she wants you to see. I raised my stick and swung. The wolf yelped and vanished like morning mist. And there, beyond where it had stood, was Rachel, stumbling, caught in a bramble, her skirt torn and her breath coming in sobs. We dragged her back to the village. She did not speak the whole way. She only looked at me once, and the look in her eyes was not fear, not anger, but something else entirely. Something I did not want to name. Part 4, The Pyre. We built the stake on the common, where all could see. The elders examined her, of course that was the proper way, the lawful way. They asked their questions, and she gave her answers, and none of it mattered. The witchfinder from Andover had taught me that much. The questions are not for learning the truth. The questions are for giving the witch a chance to confess, and if she will not confess, the fire will persuade her. They tied her to the stake. I stacked the wood myself, dry branches and straw, the kind that catches quick and burns hot. My mother stood at the edge of the crowd, watching. She had stopped weeping, for the first time in months. She watched, and her eyes were dry, and I told myself I was doing this for her. For Samuel. For Bess the plow horse and all the others. I struck the flint. The spark caught. The straw began to crackle and smoke. And then Lena was there. She came limping through the crowd, lurching from side to side, her strange gait faster than I had ever seen it. She was crying great, heaving sobs that shook her whole body. She grabbed at my sleeve, her fingers twisting in the fabric, and pulled at me with a strength I would not have guessed she possessed. "Stop," she shouted. Her voice was raw, desperate. "Stop it. What are you doing? It's Rachel. It's Rachel." I tried to shake her off, but she held fast. "You knew her," she cried. "We all knew her. She was good, she was kind, she never hurt anyone." "The witch killed my brother," I said. "The witch killed our animals. The witch must burn." Lena's face twisted. She looked at me, really looked, and in her crossed and streaming eyes I saw something that stopped me cold. Not accusation. Not rage. Something worse. Pity. "You don't remember," she whispered. "You don't remember anything." I wrenched my arm free. The fire was catching now, the flames licking up around Rachel's feet. She had not screamed. She had not made a sound at all. She only stood there, her dark hair wild around her face, and watched me through the smoke. "When we were children," Lena said, her voice breaking, "You used to bring us food. You used to sit with us in the forest, the three of us, and you would tell us stories. You loved her. You loved her, and she loved you, and I loved you both, and now." I turned away. I walked back to the fire. I watched until there was nothing left to see, and the crowd dispersed, and the smoke rose straight up into a sky the color of ash. I am a witch hunter. I do not let my feelings influence my actions. But that night, and every night since, I dream of the forest. I dream of sunlight falling through the leaves, and 3 children lying in the grass, their hands intertwined, watching the clouds drift by. I dream of laughter, and of peace, and of a love so simple and so pure that it could never survive the world we live in. And I dream of Lena's face, wet with tears, asking me if I remember. I do not remember. I cannot remember. Because if I remembered, I would have to stop being what I am. And what else is there for me to be? The witch is dead. The village is safe. My mother weeps no more. But I have not slept soundly since the day I struck the flint. I lie awake in the darkness, listening to the wind, and I wonder, if a witch can make you see a wolf where there is none, can she also make you forget a childhood? Can she steal your memories, your love, your very self, and leave you only with duty? And if she can, if she did, then who was the witch, and who was the hunter? I do not know. I am a witch hunter. I do not let my feelings influence my actions. I say this over and over, like a prayer, like a spell, until the sun finally rises and I can begin another day of watching, and waiting, and remembering nothing at all.